Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel Learn Tech with Kiran. In today's session, we discuss another example of context-free grammar for a given language. There are some examples we discuss in today's session. Let's start the session with first language and write context-free grammar for given language. As per problem statement, we have A, B and C as non-terminal or a symbol where your A and B appearance is depend on value of I, okay, and your appearance of C is depend on value of J, okay. A and B is depend on I. It means your string contain equal number of A and B and your C is generated separately with the help of value of J, okay. Then as your A is incremented, it means your B also incremented, correct, but it must be in the form of A followed by B, okay. I hope this is clear. Now let's generate string set by substituting value of I and J. As per condition, your string contains at least one A, one B and one C when your I is equals to 1 and J is equals to 1. Then here you can see remaining strings are generated over here. For example, consider I is equals to 2 and J is equals to 1. It means your A, it appears 2 times, B appear 2 times. Then as your J is 1, it means your C is appear 1 time. So string is generated something like this. Then when your I is equals to 1 and J is equals to 2, your string may be generated something like this, okay. Now according to this substitution of value of I and J, your string is generated something like this mentioned over here, okay. When your I is equals to 2, when your I is equals to 3 and J is equals to 2, your string is A, B, 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 C, C. It means your A is 3 times, B is 3 times and your C is depend on J, it means it is appear 2 times. I hope you understand the generation of string set by using this, as your I and J don't have any dependency, okay. So let's separate them and then generate grammar. So here you can see by using X and Y variable, we separate your I and J dependency, okay, as our A and B is dependent on I, okay. So we generate this using X variable. Then we don't have any dependency related to J, we generate a symbol C. So that's why we generate a C separately with the help of Y variable, okay. After designing this, we have to combine because A, B and C, it is a part of single string. So let's design a grammar for this. As your A, B and C is the part of same language, so that's why we have to start with both of X and Y. So that's why we write our starting as X and Y. It means it contain A, B and C, okay. Then let's design a X first. As I value is greater than 1, it means X is able to generate at least one A and one B, okay. Then as per language, A and B appear more than one time also. So that's why we need recursive appearance of A and B, and that's why we add a X in between A and B for a X which is able to recursively generate a value of A and B, okay. Now here you can see this is a essential form, okay. It is not a string or it is not a fully terminated, that's why it is not a string, it is a in a essential form. We need a string in the form of combination of symbol or non-terminal only, okay. So that's why when I have to terminate this string, I need to replace this X with a AB or any terminal value, okay. So that's why I am writing this X as a AB, because here you can see we design X as only able to generate A and B. So that's the reason where your X is substituted as A and B. Now this portion is able to generate a part of A and B. Now let's discuss the remaining part which is related to C, okay. As C may also generate multiple times as per our given language, because your J is greater than 1. It means your appearance of C may be one time or more than one time. It means here is also you have to implement a recursion part, correct. So that's why I am implementing a Y. It is something like it may be generated C or it may recursively generated a C. Okay, so that's why this y is appear over here, because this y may substitute it like cy or a c. Now this is a grammar or production rule which able to generate a given language. Okay, then let's validate whether this grammar is able to generate a language which is mentioned over here. Okay, it means this grammar is able to generate a following strings. Okay, so let's consider one string and validate by 100. Okay, then here you can see we consider a string AA, BB, CC which is part of this string set. Okay, by using this grammar we able to generate a string from string set. Correct, it means the grammar is able to generate given language. Okay, so here you can see at a starting we use xy. Okay, as we need abc whole string. Correct, that's why I am substituting this s as a xy, as it is our starting point. Okay, then this x is substituted with a, then this x is substituted with ax b, because we need a b b. Okay, if I substitute this x directly with the help of ab, it not able to generate this string. Okay, another string may be generated, but we have to check for this string, so that's why I'm substituting this x as a x b. Then again I need one time a, so that's why I substituted this x as a ab directly, because it able to generate this string. Okay, now still it is in essential form and not completed as a given string. Okay, now substitute this y as a c. Why? Because I need this c two times, that's why I substitute this y as a cy. Then in next derivation this y is substituted by c as per this rule, and you can see over here this string which we want to generate, it is generated. Okay, it means this grammar is able to generate this language. I hope you understand. Now let's mention this grammar in the form of tuple as context free grammar. So your grammar tuple is vt ps, where your v is your variable in your grammar which is s, x and y. Then your terminals or symbol which is a, b and c. Okay, then production rules are this grammar we generated. Correct, and then your starting point is s. Okay, I hope you understand this. Now let's discuss another language which is a, b, c. Here your a is depend on value of I and b and j, then b and c is depend on value of j. Here is a minute change. In previous example your a and b is depend on y and c is separate, but in this example this a is separated and b and c is depend on value of j. Okay, according to this we have to generate a strings or a string set. So by replacing a value of I and j we generate a this string set. Here you can see when your I is 1 and j is 1, it able to generate a string a b c. Then I is 2, j is 1, that time your string may be generated a b c. Okay, according to this, by substituting the value of I and j, we able to generate a this string set. Okay, now let's separate symbol as per their exponential. Okay, where your a is depend on I, so that's why we assign, so that's why we assign this a with a x value, and then your b and c is dependent on j. Okay, so these are interconnected, so that's why we use this b and c with the help of y. Okay, so here you can see our x is able to generate a portion of a value which is dependent on I, and then your y is representing a value of b and c which is dependent on j. Okay, I hope you understand this. Let's design a grammar then. As your x and y, it is a part of this language, so we have to start with a x and y both. As our a is dependent of I, okay, it means it is a recursive part contained over here. So that's why I design x as a, and for a recursiveness I add a x over here. It is in a essential form, but we need this in a string format, so that's why for termination I add this symbol over here. So basically we replace this x as a ax or a. Now it able to generate the portion which generated by I. Okay, then for a y we have to generate b and c. Correct, but it also contain a recursiveness, so that's why I have to add this y in between b and c value. So it is able to generate a b followed by c, so that's why we generate y production something like this, which contain b and c, but for a recursiveness we added a y. Okay, if I add this y over here, it means it generate bc y, then bc bc. Okay, so that's why this y is added in between b and c, because your string is a followed by b and b followed by c in this form. Okay, so that's why this y is appear in between b and c. Then for termination, this b and c is used over here. Okay, I hope you understand. Then let's take a hand run for same string which we discussed in previous example. Okay, here you can see AA, BB, CC. Then now as our starting is with a x and y, so that's why here started with a x, y. Now here A is dependent on x, so that's why we have to substitute our x as a ax in next derivation. Okay, by substituting x as a ax, our essential form of given production is ax and y. Okay, then again I have to generate a, so that's why I substitute this x as a directly, because only 2a is over here. Then we have to generate a bbcc, so by using y we have to generate two number of b and two number of c, so that's why I substitute this y as a by c. It means by this derivation b and c is already generated, and we have to generate only b and c one time again, so that's the reason why we substitute this y as a bc directly, not using a byc. Okay, after this derivation our expected string is already generated over here. Okay, it means this grammar is able to generate this language. Now let's mention the context free grammar in the form of tuple. Okay, so this is the grammar format, which is nothing but VTES, where your variable is s, x and y. Your terminals or symbol is a, b, c, and this production rules for a given language. Okay, and your starting symbol is s. I hope you understand this. That's it for today's session. I hope you understand the context free grammar writing. Let's discuss more example in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel for more educational videos. Thank you.